Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Wrapping up our 5th season, doing the last show of 2025. Welcome to that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am your never humble host, Eric Sizemore, and I am joined by my beautiful co-hosts and best friends from the left coast, Brain Damage.
Yeah.
And dialing it in from the cornfield just 3 clicks to the east of me, Andrew Tiede.
I can't do weird bird calls like Brane.
Please like and subscribe for the algorithm, because the blessed algorithm demands sacrifice. And that's what you need to do. You need to click the little likey button and then send me all your money. I'm just going to keep doing it, man. It's a numbers game. And we are going to have some funny memes for you. But first, a trademark, patented, copyright, absolutely necessary portion of every single show. You know it. You love it. I'm talking about the depressing news.
Eventually. Dun, dun. I don't hear it, but I'm making the song, didn't I?
I love this with the memories that they bring back to you. You know what I mean? The Facebook memories, and that's one of my favorite things. That's what the news should kick off with in the real world, I think. So 2 years ago today, Do Androids Dream of Electric Memes, the director's cut, published this photo from The Godfather, and he's saying, "You come to me this day, the 15th anniversary of that time a guy threw a shoe at George Bush." Two shoes. It was actually 2 shoes. See, it's just fun. It's just gonna be some fun news. Hey, check this out. I actually looked up this scientific article because I wanted to make sure I did not want to pass on misinformation to you all. But to the dancers in the crowd, check this out. Eric Hoel has published this link to a graph and says they buried the lead on this new study. It is not just that exercise beats out SSRIs for depression treatment, but that just dancing has the largest effect of any treatment for depression. And that is kind of beautiful. And why?
That's fantastic.
I know. So anyway, mate, 80s and 90s dance parties or goth night or whatever. I can do anything but country. I'm out. You're promising to come out and do more sets and do more shows. I am going to dance my ass off just to test a hypothesis.
Hell yeah. Science.
Well, our POTUS and FLOTUS are just weird. I don't know if you say it's been 2 weeks since we've seen each other. And, American children around the world can call into NORAD and get a Santa radar tracker report. And he, just made it weird. I'm not even going to repeat it. He just made it weird. The guy can't do anything. It's like, it's a child. It's Santa Claus. Just don't make it weird. How hard is that? NBC4 reports that StubHub has apologized for a mix-up involving heavy metal band Lamb of God and a Christian concert.
Hell yeah.
Happy holidays, everybody. Marco Rubio, our Secretary of State and very serious person, is using real censorship to fight fake censorship, because in the name of protecting free speech, the U.S. government is implementing Calibri font. Calibri? I don't know how you say it. But yes, he's fighting DEI, fighting wokeness by making us go from Calibri back to Times New Roman. Yeah. Takes you back to freshman year, doesn't it? Times New Roman. Apparently, that's harder to read. So, they would like to make it harder for people reading. Feminist News wants to talk about this story, and I've been following it and I absolutely hate it. There's this woman, her name's Samantha, which I also hate because it's my favorite cousin's name. Well, one of my favorite cousins. I have a lot of cousins. At Oklahoma University, she wrote a 6th grade level paper. And literally, I actually saw a woman who is a professional academic who said that she took the paper and tried to rewrite it. and realized it had been written to fail. And people are like, oh, because in response to an academic class, she was quoting the Bible. Oh no, she did not quote. She badly paraphrased and completely misattributed. And then her mom lawyer, who has a habit of doing, flashy lawsuits, decided to sue the school and get the TA fired. If you think that TA looks like a trans man, you might be right. And that's the whole deal, is that it was all about that. So she just wrote a crap paper designed to fail so she could sue, and she got the TA terminated. There are some students at the University of Oklahoma who are asking for their tuition back since apparently they're not serious. So we're going to be following that one closely. Oh, this is a sad one. Because of the economy, which basically means the tariffs, the massive tariffs on exports, because we're in a trade war now. Every Jim Beam employee who voted for Trump just got a little taste of the Kool-Aid experience earlier cultists enjoyed at Jonestown, said Steve Schmidt, because 20,000 of them will not be working there in Kentucky at Jim Beam. They're just going to shut it down. You know what they do when they age the whiskey in the barrels? They just let it sit there and have the employees go home. So a lot of people talking about how terrible the renaming of the Kennedy Center has been. Trump's slapped his name on everything, which is really funny because comedians already bought TrumpKennedyCenter.org and TrumpKennedyCenter.com. So look for more interesting news from those outlets. um, Meanwhile, the Kennedy Center Honors, which has always been a huge broadcast television event, saw a massive drop of ratings from 4.1 million viewers last year to just 2.6 this year, marking the smallest audience ever. That's really saying something. I think this started with TVs in black and white. The Epstein files came out heavily redacted, as many people predicted, but you could break the PDF super easy by just selecting all and pasting it into Word. And it looks like that's because Doge went in there and canceled the Adobe Premium subscription. So,
Bro.
the reason that you can do this is because Doge broke it. This Doge broke the DOJ, which broke Adobe, which is just, really just. So anyway, in trying to defend PDF files, in those PDF files,
I see what you did there.
they forgot to pay for Adobe. I don't know how to tie it in a bow, and I don't know how to tie it in a bow. But anyway, so yeah, there you go. More good news, because I'm doing good news. We missed so much of the good news. Did you see this? It's floating around. Pay no attention that it's from Spirit Science. I looked it up. It's a real thing. Sickle cell anemia was cured for the first time in New York. They did like a stem cell thing with this guy and cured
Bro,
sickle cell anemia. How cool is
that's
that?
fantastic.
Yeah, now, granted, this research was put into place long before RFK was our Secretary of Health and Human Services. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows the state of affairs today? Hey, I drove by and I saw a really cool protest my buddy Ricky was doing at the Starbucks. Yeah, at the Starbucks. Good stretch there. Did a nice fist bump in the air and some honks, and they were very excited. Um, yeah, okay. Well, so bad things. There was bad things that happened too. A federal judge nominee said disabled people shouldn't get married. Which, and I was like, well, let's dig into that headline because surely that can't be true. Nope. Actually, no. He said marriage should not be for our handicapped friends or persons with physical disabilities that might prevent the robust marriage that we're called to. Anyway,
Huh?
yeah. So he's a Trump judicial nominee. Sounds great. Oh, another thing that happened in the last 2 weeks since we last saw you is that the DOJ just discovered like 1.4 million more Epstein documents that they were supposed to disclose on the 19th by law. They're like, oops, oopsies, because they're pretty incompetent. And Thomas Massey, a Republican in the House of Representatives, is posting a picture of Marco Rubio and Pam Bondi saying, "So what you're saying is the files were never on Pam Bondi's desk, like she claimed in this video." No, no, not even. They don't make jump drives that big. That would be a very big hard drive for 1.4 million trust. The company of the orange tangerine in the White House that is, three corporations in a trench coat, is under fire for selling old iPhones for $500. They're just like crappy gold plated things with a T on them, and they're just refurbed
Fuck.
iPhones. And the fans say they feel scammed.
Well, no shit, Skippy.
So, if you were wondering what does it take for real Americans to finally feel scammed, shelling out $500 for a cheaply gold-plated refurbed iPhone. Hey, everybody's favorite Pope, because he's the Chicago Pope, or as we call him here, the Pope.
Da Pope.
Pope Leo said in a Christmas Eve sermon that the story of Jesus being born in a stable because there was no room at the inn should remind Christians that refusing to help the poor and strangers today is tantamount to rejecting God himself. Take that.
Thank you, Padre.
Yeah. So,
Your
big news.
Popeness.
The big news that was going around that absolutely has me totally concerned because my parents are huge fans of 60 Minutes. Growing up, I watched it every single Sunday. It was in-depth news magazine where you got hard-hitting journalism. Well, uh, they decided not to run the 60 Minutes episode. Something that never happens this late in the process. I already got the promos out there, already vetted through legal 5 times, all kinds of crazy stuff that went on. But they didn't air the story of Inside CCOT, which is that, gulag prison that we've got, like Auschwitz in another country where the laws don't apply. Um, anyway, and that was the work of Barry Weiss, who's a real piece of shit. Barry Weiss is a right-wing blogger that has now been made the editorial chief of all of CBS News. So, like, her boss is the CEO.
Oh.
Yeah, she's in charge of everything. So she decided to pull it to win back the trust of Americans. Because, if we inform them about CCOT, the 60 Minutes night, the most trusted name in news might not win the trust. Anyway, Charlotte Clymer put it this way, it's 2025 and we're sharing bootleg 60 Minutes segments broadcast in other countries, like Canada, because our own country is being run by fascists and their billionaire-owned state media helpers, just as the founding fathers intended, of course. It's kind of funny when you say it that way. Big story about Nicki Minaj appearing at the Turning Point USA event in your hometown, Sammy. And I just gotta say, I'm so sorry because those people suck, and you had so many of them. I mean, did you feel a great disturbance in the force, as though millions of voices were just stupefied and then went silent? Because there's a lot of them down there, including Nicki Minaj. She went up there and got quite a bit of backlash. Quite a bit of backlash. Lost about 10 million followers out of her 250 million on Insta or something. Then she deleted her account, which is pretty wild. And a lot of people are like, "Huh, what's the story on that?" Well, first off, she high-fived Charlie Kirk's widow. You can see here grieving.
Ugh.
And she said, and this is actually a quote: "Dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president."
Well,
I just wanted, I was like, because I think she needs LASIK. She's a movie star. All
or
right.
lobotomy.
Role models like our handsome, dashing president, and you have amazing role models like the assassin, J.D. Vance, our vice president. I know you think I'm making this up, but that's a real quote. You can try and figure out what she meant by it, but the world decided to stop following her on Instagram, and she deleted her whole account. Now you're like, huh, what is going on here? Well, Mike Nellis is here to explain that it's awfully convenient that Nicki Minaj found her conservative voice right as she's losing a $20 million mansion and her husband needs a pardon. Just like Russell Brand becoming an anti-woke crusader right after being accused of SA, it's a grift old as time. Anyway,
Uh,
I just thought it was so funny trying to picture all those Republicans trying to listen to Nicki Minaj. No, I like her. Uh-huh. No, I was in there waiting for it anymore. Um, the president just called that he was going to give an address for like no reason. Like this never happens. I mean, it happens like 9/11. Do you know what I mean? But like this president who had, nothing to say. And even freaking USA Today, which is the spicy mayonnaise of news, okay? USA Today headlined it with Trump's crazed address was as unnerving as Biden's debate.
oh,
That, that's what the mainstream is saying here. Um, which, in a lot of commentary on, I try to troll people totally. So I was doing this. I was just putting the dangers of snorting Adderall. This nice graphic, which I thought was pretty funny, but not as funny as the Adderall industry with this anti-QAnon memes post. The makers of Adderall would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. President of presidential speech, and please take as prescribed because it was rapid fire and it was not. It was very strange. So that was weird. Another one that you probably didn't hear about, and I was really hoping our resident chaplain could get in on this. Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, invited Reverend Franklin Graham to the Pentagon to give a Christmas address. And you're thinking, oh, sure, you're going to do something about the Prince of Peace, right? At the Pentagon. That'd be cool. Nah, he was like, did you know that God also hates people?
bruh.
I was like, oh my goodness. Franklin Graham, if your father could see you, he would smack your mouth right now. Um, the weather was amazing. There was all kinds of weather with some more weather, and the weather was all weird. People were saying there were tornadoes. There were tornadoes in Calhoun County, Illinois. I don't know if you guys know this if you're not living in Tornado Alley, but tornadoes in December is really effed up. Oh, hey, one thing that did get forecast pretty good. This was a prediction of the Epstein files, just as a bunch of solid black lines. And I'll tell you what, a lot of it was. A lot of it was. But remember, you can just hit select all in that PDF and paste it into a Word document. You're gold. It's terrible. The Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, he's the one that looks like Whoville in Horton Hears a Who. If the Whovillians had like a Whovillain billionaire, that's what he looks like. His nose is kind of turned up and he looks snooty. Anyway, man, he was eating at a restaurant. Code Pink showed up and chanted and sang some songs about what a terrible piece of shit Scott Bessent is, said, shame on you, shame on you. And Scott asked the staff to throw those people out. And they said, no. So he spit his own food into his food, wanted to talk to a manager, and then left. I'm just like, dude, you're an idiot. Anyway, absolute moron. By the way, we've covered him in Facebook for the Blind News before because he lost more money on Wall Street than any other hedge fund investor, like $5 billion, when the market itself went up like 170%. He lost everything, $5 billion. And that is a huge loser and exactly who you would want to put in charge of the Treasury for some reason. Uh, Trump also announced he's going to build a bunch more ships. And my friend Brian posted that in AI. And we're going to get a theoretical whole new class of Trump class battleships. And he fed it in there. And look at that. Look at this. First off, I love the two disco balls hanging from the tower in the center. That is, I think that's, I mean, because that's fun. That's like, we could party or we could blow the crap out of you. I think that's, you're giving them options there. It's rainbow colored from stem to stern, and there are platform heels on the bow, just leaving a wake. It looks like the smoke coming out of the back is also somehow spreading glitter confetti. I don't know. Looks like a party. Looks like a party. And, I wasn't so sure about that new 600 ship Navy, but, there you go. Hey, there's a really good article I think you all should check out called "Behold the Focus Group from Hell." They surveyed the youth. You remember those young Republicans that got busted for talking about Nazis a little while ago? Well,
Yeah.
they decided that internally they're like, we got to figure out what's going on with these youth. Let's throw a bunch of money at it because it's just a bunch of rich people and they wanted to see what the teens were doing. So they threw a focus group at it and they're like, so what are you teens into? And they said, Hitler,
Bruh.
Fuentes. They're talking about Jews, dating problems. The young Republicans told them exactly who they were. And I don't know what the rich people at the foundation are going to do with that information, but it's nice that now we all have it. So that's kind of fun. Oh, more weather stuff. There's winds blowing on the lake that are driving record-breaking waves in the Great Lakes, 30 feet high, 28 feet high, 27 feet high. Lake Erie is going to set a new record with like 30-foot high things, and we're getting a bomb cyclone. I love that.
Fuck is that?
It's just weathermen being dramatic and keeping their funding, which is what we're
Okay.
doing, Tiede. We need to figure
Okay.
out how to do clickbait like this. This is genius.
Word.
That's why I'm throwing it
Word.
in there. I always like to close out with a nice, heartwarming animal story to remind you that the world isn't horrible. And check this out. A group of curious penguins at the Odense Zoo in Denmark staged their own real-life escape attempt. 5 of them waddled out right down a staff corridor. Zoo staff later joked that the penguins might have watched Madagascar one too many times.
That's fantastic.
Heroes of the show, not all penguins wear capes. And that does it for the news and everything worthy of reporting for December 30th, 2025. Really, I think Facebook for the Blind's news department, Depressing News, has covered every single major story to the depth required. You all know more than most.
or that anyone would want to.
That's true. And now I get to hand it off to my beautiful co-clown, Andrew Tiede, for a nice, inestimable round one.
Round one.
I don't know what the fuck inestimable means, but all I know is that it's time for that thing that I do whenever I decide to show up. TD's often imitated, never duplicated, world famous round one, brought to you by the dumbest shit I could find on the internet. I'm going slow because I'm trying to help my buddy out.
Oh, I was
All right.
holding for you. I was holding for
Oh.
you. We're out of practice.
Okay, dude, that's like my post with the most.
Oh, hi. How you doing?
Really out of practice because usually I get to traumatize TD at the end of this, but today he gets to traumatize me. This is
Yeah. All right. We're going to start this off with my dumbass. I posted this a couple years ago, and it's, I believe, like maybe from like Lord of the Rings or something, and this dead knight in a stone tomb and stuff, and it says Mariah Carey being sealed away after December 25th. See you next year, Mariah.
Where do I sign?
Right.
Oh, shite.
Dude.
Stop it. You're making me nervous.
Sorry. I love you. You got this.
Ah,
You got this. Come on, buddy. Nope, that's posted. That's nope. Come on. No, you're getting warmer.
The little arrows.
Dude, that's from last week.
God damn
There we go.
it.
We'll fix it.
I'll take it out in post. I'll fix it in post.
Friend of the show, founding godmother, and that's it. Chelsea Crookshank.
Hey.
She's got a picture of the Grinch from the 1960 special, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, looking very Grinchy. And it says, maybe the Grinch would be nicer if every 5 minutes a dude wasn't singing songs about what a piece of shit he is.
right.
Thurl Ravenscroft. That's
Who would
sings
later
that
go on
song.
the voice Tony the Tiger for many years.
Love me some Thurl.
Yeah. Friend of mine, Mark Page, he said he made this observation recently. Says, I've seen Home Alone at least 100 times in my life. I never really thought about it until right now. But I'm 100% sure Frank and his family stayed in Paris and did not catch the flight on Friday. No way Frank was passing up free cocktail shrimp just to make sure Kevin was okay.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, Mark,
Yep.
yes.
True.
Let's see. Another one here, my little holiday leftover wrap up we got going on. World of Ranking, a new acquaintance of the show. It's a thing here saying that strippers are now the #1 donor of toys to Children's Hospital in Portland. This year they broke their own record. That's right. Strippers are raising money in toys to give to a local children's hospital, or as I like to call it, tits for toys for tots.
That shouldn't be that goddamn funny.
But it is. Because it's accurate. All right, moving on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm going to hell. I don't care. Some dude named David Levitt. I don't know you. He's just like, who did this? And it's a picture of Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg from SNL from a very specific skit. And it says, in memory of Charlie Kirk, he's now just, that's right, it's a dick in a box. Yeah. I'm going to hell. Who's going with me? Hey, friend of the show, and I believe still here, Renee. Hi.
Hey.
She posted this from Ali Shavy, and it says, got my tickets for the New Year's event, and it says, stay home and do nothing and go to bed early. Section couch. Hell yeah. General admission, old.
I missed the couch. That's great.
I say, yeah, I'm getting off work tomorrow. I'm probably gonna hit a very specific store, and then come home and stay here.
Nice.
Yeah. So hey, okay, moving on. Friend of the show, James Draper. Hey, James. He says, I think that he said, I think the DARE program would have been more successful if the acronyms are drugs are really expensive. Yeah. I think that's been accurate.
It makes an excellent point.
And finally, this wraps up the short round one here. And I was hoping Michael had been here because I was going to force him to read this. From friend of the show, you know him, you love him. Got to close out the year with him. Dad jokes.
Hey.
It says, my biggest mistake was challenging death to a pillow fight. I was not prepared for the repercussions.
No, Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. No one ever expects the repercussions. All right. And that's all I got for the world famous, often imitated, never duplicated short round one, brought to you by the dumbest shit I could find on the internet. Over to you, my traumatizer, Brain Damage.
Oh, not your only traumatizer.
But my main one, my arch nemesis.
I definitely do not want to find out about those repercussions. And I definitely have too many fucking tabs open. What the fuck is this? We're gonna hope this works out for the best.
If we didn't close out the year with massive technical issues.
I feel you, Brane. I'm there too.
We're gonna hope for the best. This one's from somebody named Taboo Jive, and it is a cartoon picture of Santa looking very smug. Behind him, there is a little kid with freckles and 2 teeth sticking out, and he's looking very angry. He's got a sign that says, release the naughty list. Also very redacted. Also, that list is very fucking redacted. And then we've got an AI picture of Santa holding a drum. The kid is excited and is handing this kid a drum. Behind him on the couch are mom and dad. The kid says, wow, a drum? Santa says, yes, your parents were on my naughty list.
Word.
That tracks, because my neighbor got a guitar and I'm already 2 days in. I'm like, fuck! Anyways, Wrestling Travel has Shred'em, and it is a cartoon picture of Krang from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And if you know Krang, it is a giant robot mech type machine that holds a brain inside of its stomach. But in that brain stomach area, it is just John Cena smiling with his only tap out. How did this guy never give up until his last fucking match, Tiede?
His last tap out was in 2004, so it had been 20 years. It's not that he never did it. He just hadn't done it in like 2 decades.
Well, I guess he was happy to do it to Gunter. Anyways,
I don't know, man. I'm still
that
trying
sounded
to
weird.
that.
One of my comedy mentors, one of my best friends, Pablo Lewin,
Oh yeah,
has a
Pablo.
picture of a newspaper from Sunday, December 20th, 2055. Whoa! Breaking news. And it is really great site.com. It says President Trump expected to rename San Andreas fault to Joe Biden's fault.
Ah!
Bruh. Bruh.
Ah! I love it.
Here we got killer memes, and it's Blamuel L. Jackson tag team on this one, and it is the photo of Anthony Joshua breaking Jake Paul's jaw in the corner. And Jake Paul is labeled Ralphie's glasses. Anthony Joshua is labeled the Red Ryder Carbine Action 200 shot range model air rifle.
Hell yeah.
At least he didn't shoot his eye out. All right, Google Earth has somebody named Jay Tovin at the Real Gelante or something like that. And it says it's that time of year. And it is a giant letter D with the cartoon of the Lion King. And yes, I originally read this as D Lion. And it says Tevin Houston at T Hood also said, my dumbass said D Lion. But no, Eric, that is December.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, right.
You're doing this on purpose. You like the groans.
Yeah. The Boys and Compound V memes has a 3-panel of the Deep. The Deep looks like he is so focused, and he says bullets only do their job after they're fired. Deep thoughts with the Deep.
What?
Bullets only do their job after they're fired. Yeah. You gotta think about it. Addicted to sci-fi and fantasy memes. And it is
the show.
The Wrath of Khan. But it is the Wreath of Khan, and it is Khan from Star Trek with a wreath around him. And I don't even watch Star Trek, but I like that Khan. My beautiful wife, Diane Lopez, in 2014 posted the Purple Clover, and it's a picture of Batman's silhouette. And he's looking down, possibly a little frustrated, and says, I don't care what the song says. I do not smell. Here we got day-to-day memes. Says the perfect Christmas gift for that person who lives home alone. And it is labeled Kevin McCanister. And it is Kevin McAllister's face inside of a canister. That is a tight airlocked canister. All
Why?
Right. I thought it was funnier than that. And the original 80s page has a picture of a cartoon, and instead of Charlie Brown's Christmas, it is a Cobra Commander Christmas. And Charlie has a Cobra Commander outfit on. We see two different versions of the Snake guy. There's Storm Shadow. Yeah, I don't remember all the names, but you definitely got Destro there. It is just too cool for me to pass up. And then I posted this one back in 2015, and it is an AI picture of Jesus wearing like a button-up shirt with a tie and some suspenders. He's got some glasses on. It says "Corporate American Jesus." Yeah, if you could go ahead and buy as much crap as you can for my birthday, that'd be great.
Oh, I love that one. Send me that one.
Fallout fan art says, you've heard of Elf on a Shelf. Now get ready for...
Oh, no.
And it is the Ghoul on a Stool.
Oh, boy.
All right. This one's for you, Tiede. Mania Club says, Merry Christmas, Mania Club. Tonight you'll be visited by 3 spirits. And it is Mankind, Dude Love, and Cactus Jack.
For context, that is all one person, and he competed 3 times in one match in 1998 as 3 different personas.
That was the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
And Mrs. Foley's little boy did not win that match. Right.
No, but he entered number 1 and he was in the final 3.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you remember more than me. I just remember he didn't win. I was like, how the fuck did they let him go in 3 times and didn't give him the win? This is This is
It's the tism, man.
Foleyism.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Foleyism.
Oh, damn it.
All right. Somebody named Emo's Not Dead.
Hey,
I thought
Emo.
this group would appreciate this elf secret life after Christmas, and it is an elf standing next to a board. He is on a tech deck, and it says he was a skater elf. He says see you later, shelf. All right.
My lord.
Tiede,
Just silly.
Tiede, my friend, would you like to read this one for me?
Yeah, I'm
God,
sure
you
I can do
sound
that.
so evil. I love
God,
it.
I fucking hate you. So, okay, Brain's a dick and he wants to traumatize me. And okay, so we got Headbangers Hall mashups. Fuck these guys for this cursed meme. It's the Beastie Boys circa late 80s. The problem is though, it's all versions of Thomas J. Macaulay Culkin's face from the movie My Girl. Brain, how fucking could you? They are the Bee Sting Boys. God
Oh.
damn it. Come on. Okay, it is well known on this show that this movie has traumatized me as a kid. That in the scene with the horse, Artak,
Yep.
and Never Ending Story, that shit fucked me up. And Michael is usually the one that likes to bring up my childhood trauma, but Brain, how fucking could you? I thought we were friends.
He outflanked you.
The worst part about that was I had planned to say, Michael, could you please ask T to read this for me? Could you please ask T to read this for me?
He would have reveled in this.
Yep.
All right, laughter is the best medicine says, to everyone that received a book from me for Christmas, they're due back at the library next Friday. Thank you.
Hey, we've all done it.
Yeah.
Dumbass Photoshops by, I think that's Joel. But I got so many Photoshops by pages these days. Anyways, it is a bunch of ornaments, but they all have Michael Jackson's face AI'd on them. And it is for your Christmas tree. And they are labeled the Sham-ornaments.
Bro, why?
I hate,
Oh my God.
I hate the memes, but I love your voices.
Yeah, exactly.
This one's Forever Hippies, and I was hoping Michael would be here for this one too, because a few weeks ago he broke down what would we call this? Boomer code for these young people. ROTFL used to mean rolling on the floor laughing. Apparently, we're too broke to do that these days. Anyways, it is a picture of a hippie with a shirt on coming at some corporate guy with his suit, and it is labeled passive aggressive hippie. And his shirt says, "You want a peace sign of me?"
Oh, bro.
Punny How has an AI picture of, I guess that's Joseph and Mary, with Maury Povich on the side. And it says, according to our test results, Joseph, you are not the father. And it is labeled Maury Christmas.
Oh, no.
That kind of material is going to get us getting letters, man.
Yeah, and I can't read.
Pay the DJ says, bro, how the fuck is January next week, next month, and next year all at the same time? And possibly by the time this show comes out next day, too. Rumbledore says, I think this one might be the last one for me for this round. It says, if you put on Predator at exactly 10:47 and 18 seconds p.m. on New Year's Eve, you'll ring in the new year with Arnold yelling out, "Get to the chopper!" Life hack for you, Eric. That's all for me. Seeing what you got for round one.
Fantastic. I'm loving it. I'm all excited about that. You gotta send me that one too, so I can make preparations. Get to the chopper! All right, getting into the first round, the ostensibly wholesome round. Kicking things off with me. Let me see here. Oh man. Oh yeah, I got new technical problems. Remember, like every week there's new stuff. Now my screens flash black every once in a while. That's just randomly. It's fun.
This show is cursed.
I know. I'll be playing my music and it'll just stop. And then it'll come back, and I'm like, okay, that's new. Hey, friend of the show, Jonathan Pye, and if you're not following Jonathan Pye, you are missing out. British comedian, does excellent takes. And he posted this over on Blue Sky Social. Apparently, Zelensky and our president met today to talk about, the war in Ukraine. And the Tangerine Toddler said, Russia wants to see Ukraine succeed. And this is,
Huh?
yeah, this is captioned. Zelensky is right next to him, just off camera here. And it says, he says this with Zelensky standing a few feet away. The fact that Zelensky didn't walk over and slap him in the face should automatically put him in the running for a Nobel Peace Prize. That's more restraint than I might have here. Track It Pacer brings to our attention this old story about Panera Bread's caffeinated lemonade. If you remember the stories on that.
Oh, yeah.
Futurism has a headline: Chat GPT is now linked to way more deaths than caffeinated lemonade that Panera pulled off the market in disgrace. And I thought it was very fun because there was quite the back and forth on my comment page about that. But the caption was the absolute best. Microplastics Deluxe Limited Edition says, interesting that everybody is suggesting limiting Chat GPT instead of simply making a deadlier lemonade so it can compete. Yeah, balance it out that way. It's very fun. Hey, one of the questions I like to do around this time of the year, and I know friends of the show, Baking While Baked, do as well. I like to ask, so what are y'all baking for the holidays? And I posted this picture of this pie. This pie has a crust that says Epstein didn't kill himself.
Beautiful crust work. 10 out of 10.
People loved it. People loved it. And that prompted me to post this little titty, which is just me saying, we used to revolt over tea. Right? That's a thinker, isn't it? Hey, I made a meme this week. This actual quote written by Steve Martin for the Smothers Brothers says, it has been shown that more people watch television than any other appliance. Short and sweet. It was so tight. I was like, I'm going to make a meme. I like it.
Yeah.
That's Steve Martin. That's a tight joke right there, man. Okay.
Yes, very tight.
Moving on, friends of the show, John Green. Hey, loved your last book, man. He says, if calling other people by their correct pronouns is one of your 100 biggest challenges in your life, I am super envious of your life. It sounds amazing. Please trade lives with me so that I can have your tiny, ridiculous problems. I was like, yeah. Doof. Feral neurodivergent raging meme posting. And if you're not following feral neurodivergent raging meme posting, you are missing out on some serious feral neurodivergent raging memes because they post them. Here's a little conversation. We have Heir to the Diamond Throne, who has posted a conversation saying, me, falling asleep to an audiobook on the science of the gut. The book, Saliva is actually filtered blood. Next up, the book. Saliva also contains a painkiller that is stronger than morphine, but we don't produce a lot of it. Otherwise, we'd be constantly high.
What the fuck? We got cheated.
Opioorphin is 6 times stronger than morphine and actually contains an antidepressant compound, which is why some doctors believe it is linked to comfort eating. And then there's a post to the NIH website with the paper. And then Shady Bitchcraft comes in and says, everyone spit on me so I won't be depressed.
Right?
Small Rat 36 Wagon says, I remember this post, but only the horny bitch at the end. Oh, I got a couple more here. Here's a picture of Hank Hill from King of the Hill with his headphones on looking shocked. And Jake Flores has captioned it, Republicans forcing themselves to listen to Nicki Minaj right now. Oh. Beth McCall at I'm Teddy Bless says, had about 9 cups of coffee today, and now I can see inside out through time. Don't have any blood left, just vibration. Going to alphabetize the alphabet. It's all wrong. We'll explain later. Then gonna fight the moon. Good night and good morning and thanks. Brought to you by the makers of Adderall and caffeine. Yummy, yummy nighttime coffee. Stephen Abram, weird sort of great uncle of the show, I would say, up in actual Canada, has reposted this from Bacon Fun, which sounds like a relation of yours, Tiede.
Word.
Says it's 364 days until Christmas and people already have their decorations up. Absurd.
Yeah.
And closing out with Craig Smith, friend of the show. You guys remember Craig?
Yeah.
He posted this. SCUBA is an acronym for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. What you may not know is that TUBA is also an acronym for terrible underwater breathing apparatus. And that has been my ostensibly wholesome round. Very dadded up, very punny, got some groans. I know my audience. Love you. Mwah. Back to you, Tiede.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. Usually I tell you all at this time to place your bets for the inebriated round. I'm going to spoil it. Word.
Word.
And we're going to kick that off with a friend of mine, definitely friend of the show, pot smoking atheist who love dogs.
Yeah.
And it just says switching jobs from service dog to drug sniffing dog is the best decision I've ever made. Oh yeah, wolf or something. Because it's a picture of this just smiling, cheesing, good boy doggo. I think a golden retriever, and it's got this big shit-eating smile on his face and sitting from front of a huge field of cannabis plants.
He looks
Yeah.
very
That
content.
I will never be as happy as that dog.
Yeah.
I want to be as happy as that dog. I want to be that dog. All right,
By the
moving
way,
on.
for those of you who are listening and care about it, the Latin root for cannabis and canine is the same root because it's
Word.
very attractive to dogs. Dogs were sniffing it out before the canine units trained them.
That explains that explains one of my old dogs so much. Friend of the show, I'm marijuanaed right now and have no idea what's going on.
Hey.
Just said found out there's no popcorn and popcorn shrimp. Guess there's no reason. I guess there's no reason to try pot roast.
I'm so sorry. Oh my God, that's great. Usually I try to say stuff like, do you think that buffalo wings come from buffaloes? But that's
Yeah. Maddie _ Ray post picture of this adorable little itty bitty bunny, and they've kind of photoshopped like a little beanie head on, which kind of makes its face look like it's trying to be grumpy. It says, "When you're a menace to society, but also like to snuggle." I feel this.
I feel this. I want a little beanie.
Yep. I feel seen. Friend of the show, you know him, you love him. I'll see him for poker on Friday. Satan.
Hail
Satan.
I'll see.
It says, where did our tent go? Suspiciously tent-shaped bear. And guys, this is like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. The bear ate the tent. The bear looks like a tent, and it's got an ear tag, which means this sucker's been tagged before. Okay.
You know why? You know why? Because he's slow.
Yeah, he's shaped like a fucking friend of the show, this is so depressing. I went and ate a whole block of cheese in protest.
Hey.
They posed a picture of this very, very, I'm going to say it, obese fucking frog.
Sure.
And they got it sitting on its butt. It kind of, it resembles me when I sit on the couch, and I don't like it. This is December 26th to the 31st. Confused, unsure what day it is, full of cheese and cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I feel seen once again.
Pie
And
for
called
breakfast
out.
multiple days. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm out of milk. Put some eggnog on the cereal.
Hell, I've been there, done that, bro. Moving on. I was hoping Michael would have been here for this one. Unhinged Goblin posting, front of the show.
Hey.
Repost from KRIS 6 News in Minnesota. Says, police arrested a Minnesota man who checked his sick wife out of a nursing home to throw her a death party. Her final hours included meth, listening to metal, and having sex, authorities say. And it is this old, smiling, toothless, not giving a shit man.
Uh-huh.
And I say, more power to you, homie.
I think it's funny. Do you think that Unhinged Goblin posting just has like an automated search on for people who look like goblins in photos?
Dude, I scrolled a little bit more through their page. Yeah. Ooh, it gets rough. All right, moving on.
But he does look happy. Happy goblin.
Once again, this is so depressing. I went and ate a whole block of cheese in protest. Says how's your life been lately? Me, and it's Crush from Finding Nemo, and then you got Marlin and Dory kind of hanging out with him, and it says, "You mean the swirling vortex of terror?" Yeah, that is life, the swirling vortex of terror.
That's a good movie. I remember the Swirling Vortex of Terror. It kind of
I
looks
need to
fun.
watch that. I need to watch that one while I'm stoned.
Looks fun.
Soren, I don't know you.
Okay.
Says that, but I think we're gonna be friends. It says them. Your pets are spoiled. Me. They are competitively compensated for their user experience they provide. Okay, I thought that I get a response to that. Fuck y'all, moving on.
It was like a lot of big words.
Gotcha. Friend of the show once again, Satan. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
This is one of my favorite meme templates. On the left, we have wrestler John Silver. He looks like a side of beef with a head. He's like 5 foot nothing, but he's like wider than a refrigerator. And he's kind of talking aggressively to another wrestler named Anna Jay. And John Silver is labeled 10-year-old me, and it says, "Do you know planes and ships disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle and are never found?" And Anna Jay, who is looking very mortified, is just labeled normal people. I feel this.
Oh, I was this kid. Like when you thought
Moving on.
might be a problem, you know?
I know, write that in quicksand.
You think we should bring back Project Blue Book?
Oh Lord. Moving on. Oh, but yeah, no, okay. Yeah, this is the last one I got for round 2 here. We just had one from friend of the show, Satan. Might as well get one from the other friend of the show, God, at Tweet of God.
Amen.
Says, I genuinely don't remember making y'all this stupid. You know what? If there is an almighty, and I don't know, who am I to know? But if there is an almighty, I would hope he would say that. Like, I didn't do this. This is not me. All right, and that's all I got for the inebriated round. Because, yep, over to you, Sizemore.
All right.
Or Brane, or whoever. Yeah, Brane.
Oh yes.
All right.
So,
This one might come as a theme type round, but let's roll. Here we've got mashups nobody asked for, and it is a picture of I guess her name is Emma from Hogwarts. And,
Emma Watson, yeah.
But it is a Photoshop with Eminem's face in there, and it is labeled Eminem Watson.
Dude.
Mashups nobody asked for has Eminem times Annabelle, and it is Annabelle with Eminem's face in there, looking kind of dead zombie-ish, and it's labeled Stanabelle. Because if you don't know, one of Eminem's first real hit songs was when he teamed up with what's dude's name? Elton John, and made a song called Stan. So let's move on. Here we have Jim Carrey with Eminem's haircut and tank top, and it is labeled Jiminem.
Make it stop.
It will not. Photoshopped by Jeffy.
I was a third person pronoun. It will not.
Here we have Eminem at possibly some kind of Grammys or something. He has some kind of award in his hand, but the Photoshop in this time is Anthony Hopkins' face, and it is labeled Stanthony Hopkins.
Bro, please, I'm begging. I'll never do another dad joke again. I promise.
You would do dad jokes.
How you have to be like kind of childish and old to get these.
I don't even listen to Evanescence, but these ones cracked me up, and it was mashups nobody asked for with Evanescence's album cover, and it's labeled Eminescence, and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre is behind him with Eminem's face on the lead singer. Then we have Tiede. Can you help me out with this one because I don't know this guy's real name?
That is Javier Bardem. That is from Old Country for No Country for Old Men.
All right, and it says mashups nobody asked for again. Eminem times Anton Chigurh. I don't know, but it's Stanton Chigurh with Eminem's face. I like how his face is actually matching that dude's face, though. It's like the same.
I mean, yeah. Well, they both don't. They're both allergic to smiling.
You can put that. Yeah, I think you can put anybody's face.
Here we go with mashups nobody asked for with Eminem times Wednesday Adams, and it is labeled M's Day. With isn't he looking dapper with those braids though? I don't know what dapper means.
I got a headache. I got a headache, Brane.
Photoshop made by I cut that one off, and it is the Brady Bunch's Marsha on the phone, but Eminem's face photoshopped in, and she is called Marsha Mathers.
Stop it.
It only gets worse from here, TD. CM Punk says
No.
the evolution of Joe Hendry is a crazy transformation, and we have Eminem, Jake Gyllenhaal, and then I believe in Joe Hendry.
The fact that somehow makes sense to me is concerning.
I'm glad you're balancing out my complete confusion, but that's okay.
Hey,
Mania Club has a 2-panel that says they came a long way, and it has 50 Cent and Eminem when they were very young. The next panel has R-Truth and Joe Hendry, 2002 and 2025.
Quit ruining wrestling for me.
Here we have Hand of the Meme, and it is a picture of Qui-Gon Jinn from the Jedi Order holding up his green lightsaber, but it's Eminem's face photoshopped in, and he is labeled Qui-Gon Slim.
Stop it.
Last one for me. This was mashups nobody asked for. Just probably one of the most rounds I ever did. One meme page, and it is a purple AI of Eminem's face with Jimi Hendrix's body, and it is labeled Slimmy Hendrix. Passing it off to you, Eric, because I had an abundance. Just be happy I put away the main two, all right, TD?
Oh, Lord. He was showing restraint. He showed mercy, and that's still what we got.
All right. Gonna be a weird round 2. What can I say? It's just the way it works out. Yeah, the interstitial round, the irreverent round, or another thing that has an I at the beginning of it. Round 2. Friend of the show, Dr. Craig Smith, making a second appearance in the show with a post from Dr. Kristen Risotto. Says, you heard of Elf on a Shelf, but have you heard of leaving trans people alone? It had our show's colors on it, so it grabbed my attention. I was like, oh, that's nice. Here we have a nice AI that I normally don't endorse, but it is the ghost of Scrooge's partners coming back to visit Scrooge, except that Scrooge is our president and the ghost is Jeffrey Epstein. I was like, that's a little on the nose there, baby. I was like, man, all Christmas too. I was like, come on. If you're gonna do it tonight. Visit him. Controversial political memes for anti-establishment human beings. If you're not following controversial political memes for anti-establishment human beings, where are you getting your controversial political memes? Huh? Hardtimes.net here has conservative man who is afraid of cities mocks 22-year-old girl sailing into war zone. The picture of Greta. It's pretty good. Here we have a picture of Candace Bergen, who was Murphy Brown back in the day, sitting in a coffee shop, not a coffee shop, this is like a classy restaurant, reading the newspaper, drinking some coffee, and it's captioned, when your family tells you not to talk politics on Christmas Eve, and it says on her chest, I miss Barack. That would stir some shit up there. I like that. That's fun. Here we have News Thump with a post of the president banging away on a phone. It says, Donald Trump to sue Truth Social for $10 billion after it published content that made him sound like a narcissistic sociopath. Oh, God, I've never installed Truth Social. It's weird when you install Facebook, though. It says, do you want to install Truth? And I'm like, no, who does that? Here we have a post from The Onion of the president lying in a coffin, which is something a lot of people wanted to see this year. And it says, jealous Trump throws his own state funeral to upstage Carter's.
Oh, God.
That was pretty good.
What? Is he laying like ideas, though?
And here we have a shot from Scrooge where he's hanging out the window in black and white. He says, you boy, yes, you. Is he dead yet? We got a picture of Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, and he says, "Is he dead yet?" asked Piglet. "No," said Pooh. "Fuck," said Piglet. And here we have a nice gold Christmas decoration, and in gold letters it says, "All I want for Christmas is the big, beautiful obituary."
God damn.
I know. It is Act Two, the irradiated round. Friend of the show, Jonathan up in Chicago, has posted this from the Wiener Circle, Vienna Beef up in Chicago, very famously, in your face. And they say on their sign, "Fuck Trump, we can redact too."
Yeah.
Just deleted just a couple letters, and suddenly it all makes a lot of sense. So yeah, fuck Trump. We can do that anyway. Chicago, a little bit of Chicago, and wrapping it up with one from anti-QAnon memes. Mr. Quackenbush has posted this picture of a 3D graphic of a warship. It says the Trump class, USS Defiant, built to run away from combat like a draft dodger it's named after. Oh, one more for the irreverent round. Here's from Robert Anton Wilson fans. It says, "In a wild plot twist, MAGA was the deep state pedophile ring the whole time." So there you go. Wrapping up the irreverent round two and handing it back to you, Tiede.
Okay, cool. Hey, we're gonna do round 3, or as I like to call it, round 3. So let's go. Or as the French say, les round 3. Kicking off with front of the show, Joe the Animal, and it's a picture of a Burger King sign that just like fell into a parking lot. And it says the masculine urge to steal the Burger King side and display it in my front yard. Yep, I feel that.
Dude, the U of I campus, some house they were having a competition, and you got more points the bigger the sign you could drag into the house.
I totally believe that. Next up, we got new acquaintance of the show, the Pun Guys. And it's a kind of a Victorian era picture, maybe, of a dude talking to, like, kind of looking at his dog. Dog's like leaning up on his lap, looking very cute and just loving. And the guy's thinking, I wonder what my dog named me. And the dog's thinking, I wonder what bitch face Malone the Third is thinking about. As an owner of dogs, I feel a little hurt by this one. Moving on. Little fuckers. Yeah. It's got a picture here of just a really dumb doodle of a genie talking to a guy, and genie's like, 3 rules: no wishing for death, no falling in love, no bring back dead people. And the guy goes, I want Reese's cups to moan when I take their little panties off. And then genie's like, there are 4 rules. It's gonna make Michael read that one too.
Never
All right, moving
seen that
on.
Genie movie. That's good though.
Oh yeah, immature stoners, new acquaintance. I'm sure I'll get to know y'all real well. It's got a picture of this very cool looking 80s 90s dude with like the buzz cut mullet combo and like sunglasses and a jean jacket with a popped collar. And it looks like someone's trying to hand him a homemade cigarette, and he is saying, "Nah, bruh." And then it just says, I wish people randomly offered me weed as often as middle school health class said they would. Yeah, I was promised a lot more opportunities.
I'm telling you, man.
All right, moving on. This is so depressing. I went in a whole block of cheese in protest. You know him, you love him.
He's a buddy. He's
oh,
kindred spirit. Kindred spirit.
Yes. It's just like a post here that says, my husband is having an affair, but on the other hand, he's lost weight, started gym going, got a haircut, dresses better, and is out of the house more. And she's taught him where the clitoris is. Thanks, Hannah. and there was a comment from Hannah Banak. You're welcome.
Oh my God.
Women helping women, folks. You love to see it. All right, moving on. Jesus.
I love how we started that round with both of you calling the page he, and then it was a she all along.
Jesus. Friend of the show, Daniel Cook, uh, posts a news
Jesus.
clip, posts a news story here that says, "Man punches great white shark to save his wife." And it's a picture of, I believe, of the wife laid up in a hospital thing. She got a mask on. She's strapped to a gurney and shit. Lord Cooley says, "I'd bring this up in every argument." And Matthew Gaze tops it by going, "Remember that one time?"
Yo,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. Dan Wilbur, I don't know you. It says 8 years ago, I made an appointment at my dentist under what do you wish to be called? I wrote the chosen one, and I forgot about it. Today, 8 years later, I overheard the receptionist say, "Please let the doctor know the chosen one is here." They've been using it this whole time.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That is fantastic on every level. Next up, we got all you can eat front of the show, and it's a picture of a cocktail, Long Island iced tea to be exact. I really thought Long Island iced tea was iced tea with liquor in it, and now I've come to find it's just liquor with liquor in it. And early 20s Tiede drank a lot of these.
Oh, I've had a couple of those. Served in a
No-
pint glass. Like you need a pint
Oh yeah,
of
yeah.
4 alcohols.
I
Woo!
when I would go to barracks parties, I would buy pre-mixed bottles of it and just carry it in my pocket.
For those of you who don't know, it has a splash of coconut. That's where it gets its color.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just booze. Four of them,
Just booze.
three or four of them,
Oh,
a lot of them.
that is a crazy.
All right. Anyway, moving on. Voodoo Park. I don't know you, but I like to cut of your jib. It
Yep.
says, you know how your parents used to call every console a Nintendo? Well, that's how conservatives use the word socialist to describe everything to the left of hunting homeless for sport.
Yeah. For real, for real. Oh my God.
I actually got that one.
See, Tiede can get political. All right, moving on.
Deep.
The meme elite friend of the show says, "When I pet a dog and the owner says, 'Wow, he never lets strangers do that,' and it's former WWE champion Seth Rollins with his arms out and his eyes closed and his head just taking in the adoration, just soaking it up, and that's labeled me." Yeah, I feel this. Okay, apparently you guys hate animals. Moving on.
I'm okay. I saved a dog this week. I'm okay.
Oh, okay, never mind. I love you. Friend of the show, you know we love him. Satan, hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
No, Satan.
Says, "I need a white girl with a nose ring to tell me what planets are making me sad." It's someone commented, "I don't have a nose ring, but I'm pretty sure it's Earth." Two solid jokes here.
Oh my God.
All right, moving on.
I love it.
Stoner Jesus, my personal savior. How you doing, buddy? It says how I get through life, and it's a picture of the old meme dude. I can't remember his name. He's holding up a pill bottle that says "Weed and memes." How I get through life.
Yeah.
I
So
feel-
say
I
we
feel
all.
seen.
So say we all.
I feel so seen. All right, moving on.
There we go.
Midwest versus the rest at Midwestern_OP. You know him, you love him.
Midwest.
It says the Midwest, and God, this was accurate this year. The Midwest, Thanksgiving, snow-covered streets, cars covered in snow, snow everywhere. Christmas, half-dead, greenish yard, warm-looking, kind of cloudy and dismal.
Yeah.
Check local listings.
I went for a nice walk. It was like fine.
I was wearing
Light
shorts
jacket.
outside. I was wearing shorts outside on Sunday.
It's crazy.
Moving on. And this will wrap up round 3 here. Once again, all praise Stoner Jesus. It is a picture of a very sourpuss looking ostrich, just very. It almost kind of looks like the tangerine toddler throwing a tantrum. It says people with tattoos going about their business. Old white women. I bet they do a pot. Yeah,
Dude,
that's what they look like.
I have literally been in cars where I've heard exact paraphrases of this.
Fantastic. And that
Totally.
is all I got for
Spot
round three,
on.
the third one. Um,
That is
over to you.
anecdotally accurate.
Yeah, over to you, Mr. Brane.
All right, let's do it. Wait. Of course, I'm having the difficulties. Right? Where the fuck did it go?
Makes the rest of us look good, man.
Nice.
Speak for yourself. Nothing can help me.
Filters can do that. Filters can do that. Um. All right, we're gonna start this one off with Cuban guy, and it is a picture of Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl walking by with his bell-bottom jeans, but it's Anthony Joshua's face photoshopped in, and it says, "Say Jake, I heard you like I'm old."
Oh man.
Yeah, you see where this is going in Tiede. Black Gamers
Yeah,
Tribe
I
has
saw
a picture.
PTSD from the last round.
It's a picture of the Street Fighter icon after the fight, and it has Anthony Joshua as a video game, Balrog type of character, Jake Paul as a video game, beat up Guile type of character, and then Anthony Joshua says, "I'm a serious fighter. You're gonna get fucked up." Elijah the Barber, funny ass comedian out of Philly, says, "Who would have thought a UK boxer would be an American hero?"
That is true.
Horrorflix fans says too soon, and it is Jake Paul with his broken jaw on the stretcher, and it is labeled Jaw in the format of the Saw movies.
He broke it in two places.
Yeah, two places. It was amazing.
Is that because he's a poser?
That's because he hires old out of shape boxers or mixed martial artists that are confused on how to actually box.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't call him a poser. He's a decent boxer from coming out of being a YouTuber. But like, yeah, this is what happens when, like, we've all been asking him to fight a real fighter, and he finally did, and this is the result. So we're actually very happy about it. But I will say that dude has done a lot for combat sports that a lot of people in his position haven't stepped up for. I'm not gonna give him props though, because we're gonna keep clowning him. Photo edits by Sean has Jake Paul getting smacked up by Anthony Joshua. But if you look in there, that is Hulk Hogan's face. It says, "Man, I should have been bobbing and weaving, brother." A quote from Jake Paul, probably. And please believe me, TD, there's so many brother memes out there that I never photoshopped just for you, buddy. Just for you, I never screen grab those. Hilarious MMA has Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, and right next to it is the screenshot of Little Mac and Mike Tyson from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
God, that game frustrated me as a kid.
Especially when I got to who was it? Soda Popinski and what was the
King Hippo. I was in problem with King
Super
Hippo.
Macho Man? What was his
Yeah,
name?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And you know what reminded me of it was in Street Fighter when I would get to Vega. Vega used to fuck me up, and I used to be like, "Man, this is just like Soda Popinski because I could beat M Bison anytime." But it took me 3, 4, fucking 5 quarters to get through Vega. Anyways, this one said, "Imagine if Jake Paul getting knocked out was the first domino to fall and things finally taking a turn for the better in the world." One can one can only hope, Eric. MMA
That's very
Outsiders.
hopeful. I like that.
MMA Outsiders has a break in the action because Tyron Woodley is 0-7 in 2 sports since releasing this single, and his single was called "I Will Beat Your Ass," and he hasn't beaten a single ass since. And this was relevant to this round because he got beat by Jake Paul twice. All right, you know, when we're gonna leave the retired MMA
Oh.
fighters alone. Blamuel L. Jackson has a picture of Brokeback Mountain, but it is Anthony Joshua behind Jake Paul, and it says Broke Jaw Mountain.
Why?
Then
Oh.
we
That's
got
funny.
Jake Paul on
That's
Broken
funny.
Jaw with the Saw theme again. This time they actually put the little swirlies on his cheeks. That's Cuban guy again. And then we got Oops All Ock memes. Same energy, and it says, "Hey Jake," and it is this pretty much the same concept on the Kendrick Lamar, but it's side by side Anthony Joshua, but he has the same leg spread that Kendrick has, and that sounded weird. I'm gonna move on. Cuban guy
Bleh.
has most anticipated movie of 2025, and it is the form of the Step Brothers movie poster, but it's labeled Paul and Tate, and Jake Paul and Andrew Tate are both beat up, and it says Slip Brothers
Bleh.
because they were both knocked out in the same weekend.
Dude, that was kind of glorious. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even I knew that. I was like, oh.
Samuel Jackson appearing again, but this time is showing Jake Paul in one of his 8 attempts at a takedown. How are you trying to take people down when you not fight MMA, Jake Paul? You are only a boxer. But he came out to Hulk Hogan's theme and wore Hulk Hogan attire and colors. So this one says, "What you gonna do when Hulkamania goes down on you, brother?"
Bleh.
Because his head is in the crotch. Cuban guy making it a hat trick. And it is Jake Paul's face over Tyrone Biggums from the Chappelle Show, scratching his neck. And he says, "Y'all got any more of them retired fighters back there?" Finally a break in the theme. This one's from the Babylon Bee, and it is a picture of the redacted Epstein files with Jeffrey Epstein with 3 women with blacked out redacted faces, and says this guy was clearly a real perv because their headline says, "New photos reveal Epstein had a sick fetish for girls with giant black squares for heads."
Oh, God.
Low kick,
My
low kick
ears hurt from
MMA
that.
and MMA roasted. What was that, Eric?
My ears kind of hurt from that. No.
I threw that one in just for you. I don't know why I fit it into this round. I was just like, it has to go in somewhere. I can't say that till next week. Michael's gonna find it. Anyways, MMA roasted puts a picture of John Jones and Anderson Silva, who fans have wanted to fight each other for years. They were in different weight classes, so then we never got the fight. But it says Anderson Silva says he's going to be a cop. We may get Silva versus John Jones after all.
Bleh.
Because John Jones gets in a lot of trouble. Alternative reality movies says sure to become a holiday classic that the whole family can enjoy. And this one is an AI picture of Santa Claus, but his reindeer tied to his sleigh is just a bunch of humans, and it goes on forever. And it is labeled the human centipede.
What the fuck?
Hand of the meme has a picture of Gollum, aka Smeagol, but it is Steve-O's face on there, and it's labeled Smeagol.
Brane, what? Who hurt you?
Photo edits by Sean has a picture of Willy Wonka holding his hand up to his head thinking, but it is Arnold Schwarzenegger's face. And it says, "Come with me if you want to live in a world of pure imagination."
Oh.
Addicted to
I
sci-fi
said it
and
before, I'll say it
fantasies.
again. I hate the memes, but I love your voices.
Yeah, it's the delivery.
This one is addicted to sci-fi and fantasy memes, and it is labeled the Gollum Girls, and it is the Golden Girls. But Blanche's face is Gollum. What's Betty White? Rose's face is Gollum. Sophia's face is Gollum. Dorothy's face is Gollum. Yeah, that is fucking amazing.
I hate you so much.
The Gollum
You
Girls.
ruined the
Say, man,
sanctity
you
of the
gonna take
Golden
that?
Girls.
That's
You
a direct
cannot-
affront.
You, the Golden Girls are sacred.
Right. I guess that was the last one for me. I was hoping to traumatize you a little more than that, but
Why,
I forgot
dude?
to mention how this was a pen ultimate round or an ultimate pen or something like that. I knew
Brane,
I
this
should.
wow.
My bad.
I had something. I can't remember now. But yeah, wow. That was
I like
Okay.
when I stump you.
nah, good stuff. All right. So Tiede. Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's you, dude. Like, it has been the whole show.
And the secret was it was me the whole time. Friend of the show, anti-QAnon memes, has posted this from Terry Glenn, which is quoting Joe Walsh. Says, okay, I turned him on for 4 minutes, and all I saw and heard and felt was a pissed off old man screaming into a microphone, demanding I eat a plate of food that's gone bad while he keeps hitting me over the head with a 2x4 and telling me this is the best I've ever had it in life. Yeah, too much? Too dry? Okay. So, new friend of the show, I didn't think the face-eating leopards would eat my face. As this post from Odin Nielsen. If you're not following him, you're missing out. As this post from Turning Point with Erica Kirk and Nicki Minaj, and Nicki is saying, "I have the utmost respect and admiration for our president." And then she says, "You might not know this about me, but my brother and husband are also pedos and convicted sex offenders."
Jesus.
This is a little fun fact there. Best and worst of Twitter too, making a late entry in the show with this post from XKA Wanty. Says, got a chat conversation here, and a woman is saying, "My man better be curving bitches like this," with a knife and a laughing, crying emoji. "Hey, this is Jessica, Tiffany's friend. I took your number out of her phone because I wanted to get to know you." And the reply is, "Here is a list of people who's going to come up dead if my girlfriend finds out. Me, you, Tiffany, the chick who sold me this phone, the creator of T-Mobile. It just ain't worth it." I like it. This is an inspiration to all of us. Eric Thorsland posted this: my entry for the name of the first boat in the Trump class from the U.S. Navy, Drafty McDodgerface. I like that quite a bit. This is crazy. This is an AI generated picture of their Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, dressed as Homelander, but in like red, white, and blue over the top, sort of a Liberace kind of a gay superhero kind of a vibe, to be honest. It's like so patriotic, it's gone over the edge. You know what I mean? And it says, "I knew that Pete Hegseth had some serious issues, but apparently some of his fans do too, because what the star-spangled fuck is this?" He says, "You went full Homelander, man. Everybody knows you never go full Homelander." And what's really funny too is if I didn't know better, I'd swear this image is just pasted on top of Erica Kirk's entry at her bereavement ceremony, because that was a lot like that. It was fireworks, pyrotechnics. Here we have a new book from Erica Kirk with two hands and a tissue, a picture on the front cover, pasted up over her face, and it's titled, "I was grieving, now I'm grifting, my 5-day journey."
Bro.
Ah, okay. Anti-QAnon memes has this post from Keith Karshner, who's reposting DEI Speedwagon. And he's talking about Alex Jones. In this picture, he says he finally got an honest-to-God certifiable elite pedophile conspiracy, and instead he has to do this. It's almost a divine punishment. Alex Jones is holding a Labubu, and he says, "My Labubu just pulled a major 6-7."
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, that's worse than anything Brane did tonight.
Oh, come on. Look, he's got his Labubu saying he's not a Democrat, he isn't a Republican. Dude, it's right there. You could be talking about that thing that you love to talk about for 20 freaking years. We were all wished a merry, happy holidays, including the radical left scum from the president. Here we have a picture of Princess Leia smiling at the award ceremony at the end of Star Wars. It says, "My reaction to being called radical left scum." Kind of glowing.
Hell yeah.
Thanks. I think you're scum too. Here we have a picture of normal people. We see two girls in sweaters, and they appear to have glasses, little glass mugs of eggnog. Normal people drinking eggnog, smiling, holiday cheer. Then we have a picture of a guy in a Make America Great Again hat. It says MAGA, and he is drinking a bottle of Trump jizz.
Oh, sir.
Because he's not normal people. Moving on. Anti-QAnon Memes has this post from a guy also named Eric Blackerby. It says, so accurate. Because Influenced You says, the blue wave Democrats just keep screaming about won't be happening anytime soon. 1, they're losing midterms. 2, they have no viable candidate in 2028. 3, election security is being ramped up. 4, their voters are still remedial. 5, Trump is keeping his promises. 6, our base is getting stronger, all caps. Another red wave incoming. And there's an AI generated picture of a red wave that is awash in MAGA hats and aluminum cans. And Off Jawagon says, I don't know about all that, but the red wave being full of trash is so incredibly accurate. I like this. It's really good. Jeff St. Clair posts this. There are gas station bathrooms on Yelp with higher approval ratings than Trump.
Bro.
Anti-QAnon Memes, another post from Terry Glenn, has a repost of Eric Trump. It says, people better start going to jail in Minnesota. And Quad Carl replying says, you stole money from a children's cancer charity, so you should probably shut the fuck up. Here we have a picture of Nicki Minaj and Gavin Newsom. Nicki's saying some stuff about Gavin or whatever. Gavin reposts, know your neighborhood and protect your community. California's Megan Law website makes it easy to access publicly available information about registered sex offenders in your area.
Damn.
I know. The clapbacks are getting so harsh.
The petty.
I will send a link to the pedo website where we can look up your address, Nikki. Because her husband and son live there. You guys know the American Chopper argument meme. It's a 5-panel meme where the
Yes.
old guy and the young guy are arguing. I didn't know that it's a scene from American Chopper where
Yes.
Paul Tootle Sr. and Paul Tootle Jr. get into a shouting match about Junior's tardiness. I did not know that was what it was about. And then he throws a chair. So old Tootle says, socialism never works. Young Tootle says, Norway's socialist and they're doing great. And old Tootle says, they're not socialists. They're capitalist countries with great social welfare policies. And the son says, well, then let's adopt those policies. No, not socialism. And socialism never went. And this is very familiar to anybody with relatives. Socialism never works. Sometimes I'll go, do you have an example that wasn't sabotaged by the CIA? What? I'm just saying. Just for funsies. Anyway, I admire the heck out of my friends because this was actually one of my posts with the most. Lots of engagement, lots of comments, lots of stuff. Very smart audience, but it was not my post with the most. For that, next round, our final round, getting into it. Tiede, I think you're up. What you got?
I saw it earlier, so I should remember this.
That's true. Well, not really. Oh yeah, you don't know. You don't know until I show it. All right, Tiede.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
It was
sweetheart.
you again the whole time.
It was
Eric.
me
It was
again the
you
whole
all
time.
along, man. This is so depressing. I went and ate a whole block of cheese in protest. They've been all over this damn thing.
I'm gonna eat cheese.
Right? They repost from Claire Daden at I Dream of Punk, and it says, "Nurse, you scored a 25 out of 27 on your mental health questionnaire. Me, so that means I'm good at mental health, right?" Crisis counselor enters the room. Me, beans. All I'm going to say is true fucking story. And that's my post with the most. Over to you, Brane.
Well, I don't care what score you got, as long as everybody had fun.
Dude.
I wish I could take a mental health test to figure out what my score is. I don't know about no leftist rebel scum, Eric, but I just know that my scumbag won the heavyweight title this weekend. Because nobody's on the level of the devil, TD.
Oh, yes, an MJF reference. That
Anyways,
you and me are the only ones who get.
Right. My post with the most is me wishing my wife a happy 15th anniversary. I got a lot of interactions on that one, 57 likes.
Yeah.
But I also had some funny shit going on this week because I woke up the other day with my hair making me look like a Demogorgon. I posted that. That got a shitload of likes and made my nephew in the group chat Photoshop a picture of me on crazy hair day where I have 2 pigtails, a pigtail on the top, 2 in the back, 2 on my beard, which the kids counted out as 6, 7. And he photoshopped it next to the worm from the labyrinth.
Hello.
And, it happened to be that I had a blue shirt on that day. I wish I had a little bit of red around my neck. That shit tracks because my eyes are definitely red. I'm high in this photo. All 3 of those posts got some pretty good likes and yeah.
Nice. Very fun, very fun. My post with the most, bringing this show to a close, comes from Representative Jasmine Felicia Crockett, representative from Texas and hero of the show, who is here in testimony with crazy-eyed Kash Patel, our FBI director there. And she says, "You are the least qualified FBI director in history." Patel says, "That's false." She says, "I didn't ask you a question."
Woo!
That one got 3.7 million views. Oh, snap. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying up with us. I mean, not you so much, Sammy, because you're clearly asleep, but the rest of you. The rest of you,
Is that
thank
consecutive
you.
shows?
Everybody out there in TV land, we love you. Mwah.
Love you, George.
Love you, Beverly.
Love Beverly.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.